Sorry about that. Just kind of having some fun. But what I really want to talk about is our school's one-to-one laptop initiative that we just started our first full year with the students and teachers this academic year. And this is a big academic change. When you think about it, you're really changing the mindsets of the school, teachers, students, even parents, and even administrators in having to lead that change and change a lot of mindsets and kind of how the school is run. I've found it very fascinating, and part of my exploration project actually has been interviewing leaders at different levels and from the elementary school through the upper school to see how you lead through. But it's a great story, and I think it's a cinematic experience, and so I kind of had some fun putting this video together, and I'll just kind of walk through some of the steps and some of the change that happened at our school. A little bit about my galaxy. I teach at a suburban independent school, about 900 students pre-K through 12 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. When we look at reasons why we went to becoming a one-to-one laptop school, it was not only to modernize the classroom, but also to help our students become more engaged learners, give them experience with digital tools that they will be using in life now and after they leave school. Technology is already ubiquitous in their lives, and they are already equipped with technological devices, but with our guidance, they can become more powerful in their use of technology. With one-to-one laptops in the classroom, we can see how learning changes and teaching changes. And this can be overwhelming.
You scared?
Terrified, mortified, petrified, stupefied by you.
So the initiative is to become a one-to-one laptop school with MacBook Pros beginning this academic year. The seed of this initiative began on a board of trustee and constituent level in 2008 during the creation of a strategic plan to integrate more technology. So the specific move to one-to-one was really the idea from our assistant head, who later met with our head of school and after some discussion got the go-ahead to move forward. Well, the first step was to form a task force to include board members, administrators, faculty, students, and parents, all constituents. And their first responsibility was to first explore ideas by visiting other one-to-one schools, but also having vendors and consultants and companies such as Apple visit campus. After a year, they decided to take the step to move ahead with full implementation. Although this committee had started the original exploration, they knew they would be facing a lot of change and a lot of fear.
Change. We are changed. We're going to change the way we run. We're going to change the way we eat. We're going to change the way we block. We're going to change the way we tackle. We're going to change the way we win. Defense.
Addressing this change in fear, I saw that change was more adaptive than technical, even though the initiative is focusing more on the devices. Adaptive change occurred in every step of the process, and this meant having some tough conversations, like what is the best learning for our students, how will classrooms change, how much do we charge families above tuition, insurance, leasing, filtering, and so on. How do we start getting support from all constituents? Even though this started from the head and assistant head, how do we get more ownership and not make it a top-down policy? New designs were also needed, not only for beefed-up network and wireless connection campus-wide and even athletic facilities. Also, new staffing was created. A one-to-one coordinator was hired from within. A new tech support was hired, as well as an academic technology integrationist to support faculty as they made their own transition. It was important to move forward and support learning as a new school.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
In these talks, lots had to be learned, unlearned, and relearned. So the next year focused on dialogue and professional development. We had all school meetings, small group meetings, and allowing people's voices and trepidations to be heard. Nationally known speakers came to campus on in-service days and got the dialogue going. And meanwhile, the task force continued to meet with consultants for implementation. What interested me during this process was how leaders led during change. And I'm talking about the head of school, assistant head, the division heads of the upper, middle, and lower schools. And all levels, not only were they focusing on the future, but I think they were really helping us focus on the end in mind.
Aren't you supposed to be consoling me?
I'm not a shrink, Bob. I'm a wake-up call. You have an opportunity here, Bob. This is a rebirth. Now, if not for you, do it for your children.
Engaging students was most important. And they would say, let's look at this one-to-one moving forward with our kids. They weren't demanding or having the answers. They were just bringing up the mission of the school and how one-to-one would help fulfill that mission. The next characteristic that I saw was how they enabled others to be part of the process and be part of the answers to the questions. The initiative was becoming less and less looking as a top-down decision, even though not all the teachers were totally supportive. The head and assistant head, by directing the process, but more behind the scenes and allowing other staff to be involved in guiding the dialogue, helped inspire a shared vision. I remember Guy, our head, in his welcome back talk at the beginning of the year, actually focused on the unknown, that we would figure this out together. Progress can bring great advantage, but there's always a cost.
Progress has never been a bargain. You have to pay for it. Sometimes I think there's a man who sits behind a counter and says, all right, you can have a telephone, but you lose privacy and the charm of distance. Madam, you may vote, but at a price. You lose the right to retreat behind the powder puff or your petticoat. Mister, you may conquer the air, but the birds will lose their wonder, and the clouds will smell of gasoline.
Understanding the process of change and seeing that people can see change as a loss, we focused on what we could do. Faculty were given laptops in January of last year and had more specific development. Some focusing on technical change, but understandable to help faculty learn these new tools. Some professional development included having teachers, not all, use the Apple tools in a challenge-based learning environment. And these teachers would then teach other faculty in different groups. And despite some complaining by the late majority and resistors, many saw possibilities by the end of the year. And the leaders of this process really focused more on encouraging the heart. Not having the answers, but being good listeners and pushing us up the mountain.
People want me to do everything for them, when what they don't realize is they have the power. You want to see a miracle, son? Be the miracle.
You should make a radical change in your lifestyle. I mean, the core of man's spirit comes from new experiences. And there you are, stubborn old man, sitting on your butt.
Sitting on my butt?
Yeah.
Ha! I'll show you! Sitting on my butt! Stubborn old man. I'll show you!
Come on, then. Come on.
Sitting on my butt. Ha! Yeah.
Come on, old man, come climb it.
Sitting on my butt.
Come on, keep going. You're doing great. Keep going. Keep going, Ron.
Yeah!
Can anybody see this? God, are you watching this right now?
you little pinhead.
Well, the mountain was climbed, and students received their laptops at the beginning of this year. I had been involved in faculty development and technology in my last school, and I came halfway during this process. But I was able to see how this school approached change. Now I'm able to be part of another component of this adaptive process, which is a group of faculty from all divisions focusing on learning and not technology. We meet regularly, share, and visit, and lead other faculty, which is one way how we continue this discussion and look at future changes. And also look at the successes we've had already.
Everything will change. Everything has changed.
We've decided we're gonna finish what you started, sir.
Yeah, so leave us be, coach. We got shit to do, sir.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.